Science feels like dying, letting go of life. I hold the line. Hello, Peter. It's your bloody horse here, mate. How are you doing? Harry bloody Potter as well. They told me that somebody got stabbed in South Harrow the other night. There's a drugs war and it's weed dealers. It's just kids selling a tenner's worth of weed. Skunk. I heard that skunk is not good for you when you're young. And depends on who you hang out with and depends what it's got in it. The guys reckon it's got artificial chemicals added to it. I don't know how they know what's been added and what's been bred into the plant. I don't see why you can't breed hashishism into a plant. But on the other hand, I don't think you should say the plants did it. You can't just blame them. You've got to actually tame the many-headed monster, the lion heart of courage. Coca is of all the active substances the control is left to nature. I don't think there's been much genetic moderation. The way the coca market works in La Paz, there's several different markets. There's an organic market for coca from Apollo. Most of the coca from Apollo is apparently organic, so they say. They don't use chemical fertilizers or defoliants. The reason they use defoliants on coca production in Yungas is that it causes the plant, if you completely strip the leaves of the plant, write down all the little leaves, everything, the plant desperately produces more. If you don't do that in Apollo, and that may be because Apollo is actually seems to me, if you look at it on Google Maps, it looks like one single giant colony of seppi ants, leaf-cutter ants. And it may be that in Apollo you can actually leave the plants to be completely defoliated by the ants. But certainly the coca from Apollo does seem to be kind of next level, whereas the Paseña, although Apollo is in La Paz, it's Provincia Franz Tamayo, I think. It's classed as a different sort of coca. Paseña usually means coca produced in the Yungas. I don't think even the guys who grow it down at the level of the Rio Beni from where I used to live. Oh no, I've lost an entire town. The season of the witch. I've lost not Caranavi but Guanay. Even the people at Guanai, I don't think they'd call their coca paseña, or maybe they would. If they want to sell it, they can't sell it legally, I don't think. They can only transport it in smallish quantities on the buses. I think it's something like £5. You're allowed to carry 5 pounds of coca leaves on the buses. But if you want to actually sell it on the street in La Paz, for instance, you've got to actually be a licensed cocalera. And usually the license is a family business. I did not have the kind of bipolarity that I have now in Bolivia. I had it on occasion. On occasion in La Paz. But this is just a total roller coaster. Even wondering now if running to the tree and trying to get the trees really help. I mean, I've got some tree friends and I spend a few minutes with them. But I'm worried that someone will come along and cut them down because they know which ones they are or something mad like that. There's a nice beach. This is the Triple SI. Completely open up here. The lady down there said, "Oh yeah, isn't it bloody miserable?" And I said, "I'm glad you said that." And she said, "Yeah, the worst thing is the leaves, the trees dropping the leaves. I was just watching that one over there and it dropped a whole bunch of them." And I said, "Oh, I have to walk up this hill 2 or 3 times a day because of mental health problems." And she said, "Oh, join something." She recommended that I join a whist club, and there's a whist club at I've forgotten, that way. It's amazing how divided up the communities are here. Papa, papa, papa. It took weeks to get the council to do that in the outside the flat in Mason's Hill. There's a Mason's Road here. Masons everywhere. I don't like them. Squirrel. So I think the shimmering lights on my camera were caused by my not knowing how the... Seems like when the focus is yellow, you're supposed to know that that's fixed. When the exposure is yellow, but when it's white, it's just temporary. But I don't know how to make it go yellow during the video. So it's white now, and now I've turned it round, and it's presumably going to go dunk back. Ah, you tap the top and then it goes yellow. Now it's yellow. And now I've set what I want, so presumably now it's not. I've worked something out. I should have just read the manual, shouldn't I? Look at these guys. That's still too dark on the trunk. Don't you hate leaves? She's right, I should be playing whist. I shouldn't be messing around in the gravel pits with the ghosts of dead commoners. Think of the work that they put into digging this stuff. The little beach. This beach has recovered. It fell over and then started growing straight. You wouldn't want that living in your house, would you? Here's an ivy that thinks it's a liana. It does look almost parasitic, doesn't it? I haven't seen anybody carving their loved one's name or hearts or anything on any of these trees. Look. Maybe it's not considered a romantic thing to do. 16.5 hours from Heathrow to Cochabamba. All I need is a passport, Tay, an Elvia in the market in Cochabamba, in the coca market in La Pampa. Could send me a pound of Pasenya, menuda, and a handful of lechia. Or some of that cake. There's one that's made of a kind of cake. Soft cake, weighs a ton. Absolutely amazing density of that stuff. I honestly, I started wondering if it was some kind of I put one on the back of a motorbike for somebody. I wondered if there was some kind of really high-end drug smuggling operation going on. Oh, don't arrest Elvia. I don't think it was her that asked me to do it. And it was only lechia. They sell it there. You can just buy a cake for 2 pesos. I'd like one of those and some rosca, black, not too hard. 6 of those. Some of that anise, the soft one, made of banana skins, I think. The drugs here are crap. Or it's me. Somebody, Heliboros, who knows how to speak good Greek as well as how to write good Greek, said one of my videos, Van Morrison and Roger Waters, was just clickbait. It must have been, because it got something like 160 views or something. I suppose I should have just thought of looking up Van Morrison in the London phone book. Or Roger Waters, I'm sure they're in the phone book, aren't they?